quite amazing that you go from the sunset and then the moon So, yesterday morning, I was filming, and I saw this spot, and I said, holy monopoly, that's a cave. I need to go over there. And then I thought, no, let me just finish filming. I got my camera. This is only accessible when the tide is low, and if the tide comes in, I don't want my camera to get ruined. I don't want to go through another Costa Rica camera disaster. Remind me to tell you that story one day. And I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I'm so thankful because this morning I woke up feeling all kinds of ways. So I posted a video yesterday. Felt kind of good about it last night. And, you know, I know it was a little all over the place, but I was doing a vlog-like thing. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, it's terrible. Everyone's going to hate me. Everyone's going to hate it. And I was like, whoa, I haven't had a morning riddled with self-doubt in forever, let alone being in Costa Rica. Come on. And so I walk outside because there's a lot of bird ruckus happening, and I look up and there's a black hawk right above me, looking down at my hut and me. And I was like, oh, that definitely means something. And so I researched the symbolism of a black hawk, and it's to look into your psyche because there's something that you need to work through that's blocking you from reaching your highest potential. And now I'm in a cave. And the whole plan was to come meditate in a cave where I can then be in my own energy, in the energy of these ancient rocks that are blessed by the ocean every day. I'm being guided even when I'm feeling, I guess insecure is the right word, but it's not really insecure. Like, I'm still sure of my message. I'm still sure of my direction. I still know for 100% certainty that I'm supposed to be being vulnerable. And maybe it is a vulnerability hangover, but I wasn't really vulnerable. I mean, it kind of always is to put yourself out there. But yeah, I don't know. Lots to process. And I'm in a good place to do it. So I'm going to go do it. The powers to be is forever just guiding me. I am living a blessed existence. Also, there's like 600,000 heart-shaped rocks in here. I'm going to soak in the energy of this. I'm very thankful I stumbled upon it, and then I waited for today, a day that I need to get my head right. What a place to do so. So my goal today will be to clear all this noise and to sink back into this space and hear the messages it's trying to bring me, because it's very, very much so trying to do so. So reporting back, let's say 1 to 3 hours probably from the cave video, and boy, have I been given some clarity and some ease and some peace again. And it's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend as I was walking out of the cave. We were on a group call, and they said, do you worry sometimes about sharing the fact that you also still are in process, but also being a therapist? Like, are you afraid sometimes people won't want to work with you because they see that you're still a work in progress? And I was like, absolutely not. I share my process because I am literally going through the expansive thing that is becoming more and more self-aware and more self-regulated, more and more at peace and happy and in alignment. And I share it because I understand the journey that it is, and so it only makes me actually more capable and able to be everyone's therapist, because I'm actually doing the work myself as well. And there's a congruency that lies in it, in the sense that sharing your vulnerability and saying, hey, you know, I woke up feeling a certain type of way, and so then I went to a cave and sat and meditated, but guess what? I also kind of worked through it, and here I am on the other side, feeling clearer and thankful and back to to the positive embodied hope. And that's just being genuine and authentic. And I would never want to pretend that there's no moments of that. Because the truth is, as humans, I think we should strive to forever be kind of growing and expanding and learning, being open to the idea that there's still room to improve and there's still things to sort out. And I just feel thankful that I'm so comfortable in creating a space to process the heavy feelings and emotions and life things and thoughts. And because I'm so good at being able to create that space for myself, I am so good at being able to create that space for other people. And so it's almost a lead by example thing, where it's like, hey, guess what? I'm feeling some type of way, and I'm not going to run away from it. I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to sit in it. I'm going to process through it. I'm going to journal it. I'm going to surrender to not having it all 100% figured out. And within time and space and stillness, so much clarity comes. And on the other side of that, I'm able to have a deeper understanding of whatever it was. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get all tangled up again at some point. It just means that each time I get untangled, I understand something deeper, and I understand the process deeper, and I understand myself deeper, which then means I can help other people get to that same space. And I think that's a common misconception of therapists or healers of any type or coaches or whatever, is that we're supposed to be presenting in this I have it all figured out kind of way. And there's a lot of that I don't vibe with, because if you get to have an intimate look inside of some people's lives, you'll see that they're not having it all figured out. And it's actually more refreshing when somebody's like, hey, I know in my abilities to help you navigate things, and I know in my abilities to help you get to a healthier space, while I also want to say out loud to you that I am having the human experience with you. And there's a lot of times there's going to be things that I'm simultaneously working through while I work with you. More often than not, you'll never know that. Sometimes you might, if it's relevant and appropriate for the conversation, but mostly it's, I believe the best therapists are on their own journey while they're journeying along others, because all of my clients make me want to grow and become better people. And I don't know, I don't ever want to find myself being in a position where I present as if, all right, the work is done. All the work is done here. Now I got all the answers, all of them, every single one of them. I don't think that's ever going to be the case, but I do know that I have the answers when it comes to holding space and processing, and that in and of itself speaks volumes. And I am learning that a lot of it has to do with a ripple effect. You'll meet people, they'll experience your energy, they'll experience the way in which you hold space for them, they'll experience the way in which you empower them, because that's really what it's really about, empowering the people I'm working with to sort of take control of their minds, of their feelings, of their reactions, and taking self-responsibility, and just, acknowledging, hey, it's okay that I feel off sometimes, but I get to actually then sit in that and process it, because I have the capabilities and power to do that. And I don't have to get swallowed by it. I can just sit in it enough to know what it's trying to teach me. And then I can return to the fact that life is really beautiful, and I'm grateful for this, and I'm grateful for trees and the ocean and my friends and my family and mango, because I just had the best mango today. So yeah, I hope that I am going to forever be one of those humans that shows up authentically and is able to say, hi, so I woke up feeling a certain type of way, and I went and sat in a cave on a beach. Now I'm feeling a great type of way, but I held space for all of it. And so holding space for your joy is just as important as holding space for your process. And that's one of the big things that I have been learning through travel, is that I am worthy of this joy. I have complete openness to the experience now, and sometimes I still have to work on why can't others have this, but as I continue to experience the expansiveness of the joy and then realize how it aids me in processing the icky stuff deeper, it's how I understand that I am going to grow and be able to do the same thing for everyone else. So, yes, I'm your therapist. It's on a journey, but whoo, have I learned a lot already in my 40 years. And I hope and pray that I'm forever expanding this beautiful gift that is our consciousness and awareness and the human experience. And I hope my brain is forever up for that kind of, capacity to be able to hold new ideas and learn new things and to go deeper and recognize the beauty all throughout it, because it's always an and. I have been working this week, and it's sort of another manifestation of a dream come true, because I have wanted to be able to work from a place like this and figure out how to make it possible, and just to see if I can work and travel. And it's happening, and it's gone really well, and my clients have absolutely loved that I'm in Costa Rica. Each start of the session is a bit of a check-in, and most of the feedback I've had from my clients that I've worked with, because I've traveled basically the whole time I've been a therapist, is that them knowing that I go on adventures to sort of feed my soul, to heal, to tap into different cultures and different energies, and to just be inspires them to want to see the world. And what a really cool ripple effect is that when you're out focusing on filling your cup, you then are an example just by being for other people to want to do the same. And it's just a beautiful life. Every time I have felt called to Costa Rica, I've listened, and when I feel called to stay, I listen. And there's a lot of places that maybe talk to me or try to call me, and I don't really listen. And I don't know what it is about Costa Rica, but I can't say no to her. And she asked me not to leave, so I'm not gonna yet. And so I have to go close on my house. Hi. Oh, you're the baby. Oh, are you a baby? Okay, we interrupt this message for some dogs on the beach, love. Hopefully they can see you, because you're so cutie. Yeah, you're just a cutie. Where'd you come from? Are you with somebody or are you by yourself? Here comes your friend. Hi. You have a collar. Oh, please don't knock that over. Oh, do I smell good? Do I smell good? Say no, lady. You smell like a lady who's been at the beach for 2 weeks. Oh, y'all have lots of boo-boos on you. True beach dogs, huh? You said we're true beach dogs. Yeah. Okay. We gonna let me get back? I've come to an understanding that spending time here working has made me understand how much when you look at your life that you have and the life that you want, and then you have to pay attention to the gap that's in between, and then you have to fill in the space, and you have to be really honest with yourself about whether there's a daily routine you're doing or a bad habit you need to let go of or something that you're not showing up for. So I was having a conversation with some new friends I met here about how spending every January here is something that, as long as I am physically capable of travel and this place will continue to call me back, I want to come here every January. And I said, it sort of gave me this refocus as to my work and, what money I'm going to be needing to save to be able to do this, as well as what kind of spending habits I have, what kind of habits I have with spending my time. there's been a whole lot of awareness about how I am living my life and spending my time. Because what you do is who you are, you know? Like if I'm sitting here being on my phone too much, then that's what my life is, just being occupied by other people's lives. But if I'm sitting here spending time, introspective, taking the pauses when I need to, and I'm networking and I'm building a community so that not only am I like creating more clients, which is something that I am still in the process of learning to do, but I'm also creating a community that feels supportive, and I can be supportive of them, they can be supportive of me. And when you know what you're working towards, and you know what you're being called to, and you know what you want to show up for, and it just helps you show up to the fullest. And so being here is part of my purpose. It's not just because it's the nature aspect and it's so beautiful and inspiring, but it's because I am able to sit in a stillness here and really process, and then able to witness in real time the way in which I'll process something and then help somebody. I had at least 5 clients this week that came to me with something that I had recently sorted through in my own mind. And this time I happened to not tell them that unless they watch this video, but I was able to guide them and say things to them based off of a personal experience. And I just love that. I love the alignment and the way in which God is giving me these little winks. They're universe winks, being like, girl, you keep doing what you're doing. You will call in everybody that needs you, and that, you know, you will get yourself full of clients. Your workshop dreams will happen. Your retreat dreams will happen because you are taking the steps every day to build that community, to build yourself. And also, you're taking the steps to live in alignment with what you're putting out there, which is what people are so drawn to. It's an energy doesn't lie concept. You know, if I'm saying, I would love you to embody a just genuine acceptance and love of yourself, and I was being super critical of myself, the message doesn't come across. Hi! And this doggy agrees. And this doggy agrees. Okie dokie. So, we're gonna do one of my favorite exercises, and it is grounding into the place you're at and then grounding into yourself. So, want you to, wherever you are, stand barefoot onto the ground, feel the ground beneath you, and take a few deep breaths. And while you're taking these deep breaths, on your inhale, I want you just to breathe in. On your exhale, I want you to imagine you're growing roots into the ground. It could be like actual tree roots. It can be like a copper wire, whatever feels most authentic to you. Imagine that. Okay, so you take a few breaths. Ready? Inhale. Exhale and plant those roots. Now you're going to sit here and breathe for several minutes, and until you can actually feel so supported and rooted to the ground beneath you. Ready? Now, once you feel the roots your feet being rooted, now with your inhale, I want you to imagine that you're pulling up the earth's energy and it is just coming through your body. And on your exhale, I just want you to say, whether you say it out loud or to yourself, thank you. So inhale and pull it up. Thank you. And then you do that for several minutes until you feel yourself being so grounded in the energy that you're in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So rooting into your own energy is very similar. So sometimes it's nice to make sure you're grounded in wherever you're at in the moment. So like continuation from what you just did, I want you to tune in to your gut, to any feelings there, and I want you to breathe all of your energy into that space. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale what anyone possibly else could be thinking about a situation that you're trying to sort out. I want you to basically be exhaling everyone else's thoughts, opinions, etc. So you're breathing into your core, and you're breathing out. Sometimes it's nice to have a sigh there because you're really getting rid of everyone else's thoughts. Now, if you do this in a similar way in which you're grounding into the earth, you will be able to tap into your inner wisdom. Why am I talking about this? Outside of the fact that this is a stunning place where I have done this practice almost every day, it's important to make sure that you remember that you hold all the answers to your life. And yes, I believe in having coaching and therapy and support, and I believe in community and the way in which connection really can benefit us, and learning and growing and being open. But all of that can be noise if you're not, most importantly, tuned in with you. What feels right within your soul? What resonates with you? What genuinely feels the most authentic and grounded and rooted in you, your truth, your purpose. If you can learn anything from this video that I have pieced together all kinds of different epiphanies and thoughts, let it be the fact that when you show up for your process, that's how you're able to show up for your purpose. And if you continue to do that and you continue to root into your stillness and listen to what's being guided to you and shown to you, you're gonna see the universe say, hey, well done. Because you'll find out hey, this thing I was just thinking about, I was able to help somebody through it. Or this thing I was just thinking about, I was able to make a really healthy decision for myself without going into decision-making spirals. Or this thing that I was really thinking about, the opportunity just came to me and I was ready for it. And I not only was ready for it, but I went out there and I just showed up as my best self. So these are practices that I want you to tap into daily, because this is how we are showing up as our best, most alive, most aware, most authentic selves. And I will say, when I am in my most awareness, I am seeing delight and synchronicities and guidance and messages and every conversation and every interaction and every bird watch. I am being blessed with beauty to refill my cup. I'm being inspired as a creative. I'm being soothed as a person who puts a lot of energy out and takes a lot of energy in. I'm able to transmute a lot of things. Imagine if I wasn't living aware of what I'm getting to experience right now, and I was just going through the motions and I wasn't grounded into the experience, to the place, to myself. I would be missing out on the bigger picture. So allow me to be the message. And my prayer is that y'all get to witness the way in which showing up shows up for you. I hope, and please leave me a message or a comment, or message me if you experience, once you start doing some of the work, the way in which the universe shows up for you when you show up for it, because that's the coolest part of all of this. So delicious, and I want it for everybody.